So after I made the video last night, I was so tired. Talking about how the things that happen in our experience, our day-to-day experience, relationship-wise, are parables for relationship with our Creator. And after I made the video last night, and I mentioned, I'd figured out, the answer would come about the flippers, the people who were buying trailers, house trailers, fixing them up, and then reselling them. So the story was, it's a park, a trailer park, and it's for people who are over 50. I think he's 55 and older, maybe. I don't know. I'm 55, so all I know is I'm qualified. But this was a young couple. They couldn't live there. But they would buy the trailers for sale, pay the lot rent, and then either rent them or sell them to people who were in the appropriate age group to live there. And so I was looking at this trailer to buy, and while the woman was there showing me around, they knocked on the door and they persisted with their sales pitch, and they were not wanting to let go. And I realized when I was called and I started getting the awareness, the knowing in me that I was chosen. Now, our Creator understands the position that we're in. So there's no grudge. Just like the woman selling the trailer. She was an overwhelmed widow who just wanted out from under. She's not used to handling things herself. Her husband always took care of it. She's got a landlord that wants lot rent and she can't afford it. And she wants to just sell this trailer and take what money she can to survive on. But the landlord does not want that trailer sold unless the money goes to him for back rent. So I understand because I have felt like she has before. I see the trauma, reactions and responses. She's overwhelmed. She just wants to get what she can and get out. So equally, just like I had compassionate understanding for that woman, and she must have chosen to sell to the flippers who would, we're of the character that would say, here, just quick flip it, we'll deal with the landlord, So I was in a similar position when I was called. I was in a congregation that Satan had already infiltrated and prepared for situations like this, because the teachings were if you're considered chosen, you're one of the 144,000. The 144,000, they've all already been chosen. And even though there's some here and there that might still pop up, like we had one who was a man in our congregation, but it's not going to be a woman. This was ingrained into the congregation. So when I started getting you have been called, you're chosen, immediately the demons are there with all these teachings. And plus I was already that widow who was powerless and a victim, and just my answer was, I don't want anything to do with any of y'all. And then Satan was able to take that seed of distancing myself and turn it and feed it and nurture it into, what has this got to do with me? And to the modern Western society, human psychological brain, it makes sense. This is between gods. I should not be brought into this fight. And while that is true, it's too late and too bad. Too late and too bad. We can go and we could say in the family court systems, these two parents are divorcing. They have no right turning that child one against each other. They have no right manipulating that child, abusing that child, forcing the child to take sides. They have no right to do this. But does it stop the abusive one? Does it stop the toxic one? No, it does not. And so the protective parent steps in and does all that they can for that child to preserve it from being a victim of this. And so it's the same situation with us. We can sit there and say, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But yes, you do. Your Creator loves you. And Satan done already dragged you into it. You are the child, and you've got this toxic figure trying to pick you up and carry you away from the healthy relationship with your true parent. So that's what I got out of that little parable of my deal being undermined with this woman, my experience with this woman, and these flippers coming in and trying to steal it out from under us. Now I know that you can't do that. Because I know who I am. So if I am the widow in that scenario, and what was the hope? The hope in me was, I hope that this widow is strong enough to say, that is unrighteous, get off my porch, what you're doing is wrong. So I know that our Creator has that hope in me, that I will say, get off my porch. No, it's not my fight, but you done dragged me into it. So this is where I stand. I am on our Creator's side. And hopefully this helps somebody else who is like, oh yeah, I had that delusion that I was chosen. I had that delusion that God was calling me. Was it a delusion? Who told you it was a delusion? Who led you to believe it was a delusion? Who told you it would be a delusion? How many times are we told? One little sheep. All the 99 will be left in somebody else's care while that shepherd goes out and looks for that one sheep. Do you think maybe you got that calling because you are that one sheep? And even if it is a delusion, let's argue that. Which delusion would you rather be under? That you are loved? That come hell or high water, you have a Creator that wants you? Battered, broken, bruised, as ungrateful as you might have been, as self-righteous, this ain't my problem, as we might have been? If you're going to be under a delusion, which one would you rather be under? The one that you're guided and loved? It's just an approach. What do they call that? Reverse psychology? Let's reverse that psychology then. I had come to the point. Sorry, I realized that was harsh. I was out there in that desert, and realizing absolutely everybody around me was schizophrenic, bipolar. One dude was bipolar, schizophrenic, multi-personality disorder. Oh, paranoid, schizophrenic. Basically, every package and box was in this dude's head. I was with all of these people. They were all absolutely insane. They were all products of disassociation. They didn't even know that certain triggers would go off. The last song of the night would be Slabbers in the Night. And you listen to that song and you hear the conditioning. It's time to go and be a real slabber. It's time to go do bad things. So I'm like, I'm here, like Jaws, like I must be as crazy as them. But the world looks at every single one of them is fed. Every single one of them has a place to go. Every single one of them has friends. I give up. I'm giving in to the insanity. Just let me go. I do not have to preserve my sanity. Whatever they call sanity, I do not have to preserve it. And that's when there was complete disassociation in my experience, where I would go about my day. I would have a list when I went to the store. On it, where the resources, this was coming off this card, this was coming off this card, this was cash, this much goes to my slab cab, my ride there and back. And I would just freeze. I knew I had a good relationship for years with the woman behind the register. But I didn't know her name. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know. It was as if whoever was disregarded, flying off, doing nothing, never paying attention, never allowed in the driver's seat, was suddenly the only one left in the moving vehicle. Oh. So, the demonic power, all the entities had left me because I was going to be of no use to them. I could no longer be presented as a stable, normal, healthy. They couldn't use me for what they were using me for, to make the rest of the crew look good. I was completely abandoned. But I was set free. So sometimes that reverse psychology is a flip of the script that your enemy is not prepared for. I have been told all my life, you are so brave, you are so strong, and so every entity is just put on me. She's strong, she's gonna fight it, she's gonna, and instead, boop, curveball. She's like, alright, fine, take it. I don't care. I was like, looking back, I can see what happened, but no, I could not have planned that. You can't go into it. And I had picked up on that before in the past about foreknowings, why we aren't necessarily given foreknowings, so that our reactions and our responses are 100% authentic. If there is any fraction of agenda, of planning, of deception, of predisposition, when you go with an agenda, when you have, your enemy's already knowing. already picking up on it, already reading you, already knows your character, already knows your plays and your games and all of that. So, if we're not given foreknowing, it's so that, as Scripture tells us, we'll be given what to say and what to do when it's time to say and do those things. If we're forewarned, we're dreading it. We're already reacting to it, responding to it, planning for it, setting ourselves up for it, projecting into it, and the enemy's seeing all this and aware of it. So, if we don't know, then we have the element of surprise on our side. We're just as surprised as they are. And we are innocent of the plotting thing because we didn't have anything to do with that. God just put that in there. I mean, it's just, yeah, our Creator, there's no getting anything past Him. No, there's nothing that can work against it, like, and we'll always have interesting and entertaining surprises in our experience. I'd had that experience once, just of our Creator just being funny, catching me unexpected. I walk barefoot a lot. I wear prairie skirts a lot. And I'm walking through our grass in our front yard. And all of a sudden I feel something slapping my ankle. I look down. I'm stepping on a frog's foot and it's hitting my leg. Like, get off me. The grass is, this is Maine. The grass is always wet, slimy. And I immediately became aware that was my Heavenly Father playing with me. Like, breaking me out of my seriousness, making me more lighthearted, Poor little frog. And the time that my daughter was in the back seat and she's making noises, and just to entertain her, I'm imitating those noises, and she's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She's like, ah, ah, ah. I'm like, ah, ah, ah. And then I look in the rearview mirror, and she's got a lollipop stuck in her hair, and she's trying to take it out, going, ah, ah, ah. Which for the child is not funny. But we get into that state of mind as a parent, like, what do I got to do now? Just, not being fully present. And then, okay, I'm fully present now. It's so classical parenting. You see your child hanging upside down in a tree screaming their head off, and they're not hurt. There's nothing wrong with them. But they did something that, as an adult, we would be like, you just don't do that, because that's what happens. But they don't know this, and so you're trying hard not to laugh, and you get them down. You okay? You're going to laugh about this later, kid. Because it's just the most disruptive. It's like the most unexpected sight. I had that explained to me once. Laughter, a sense of humor, is fear. We have an expectation surrounding a certain topic or situation or group of people, and so we're closed off. We have that fear, and then the most unexpected thing comes to surprise us out of it, and the laughter is the releasing of fear and anger and hatred and judgment and all of those things. So, wow, yeah, this came long ways. Started out with how the experience in my life was a parable for when God calls us. Satan is that flipper right there, just trying to take us out from underneath our Creator. The sense of humor, the being present, the unexpected flipping of the script. 2 flippers in one video. Flipping the script. Thought I was going to go crazy. I thought I was going to be worse possessed. And that script got flipped. We flipped the flippers. Flipped the script. And we're brought into the present with laughter.